Hi everybody and welcome to another episode of Armored Warfare. This is Tanks for the Mammeries, and today we're going to do another video on Albatross because I didn't get to cover as much of it as I wanted to in my previous video. Also, I think that this video will talk about some of what I hope that we'll see in the future from Armored Warfare in PVE missions. Primarily what I'd like to see, in addition to missions that advance a storyline for PvE, is some of the mechanics of PvE missions changing to reflect, I think, sort of the baby step that this Albatross mission shows. So what I mean by that is I've decided to get into the Albatross mission in my Challenger 1, the Wolf Challenger 1, which, if you've seen any of my previous videos and issues on the Challenger, you sort of know what I think about this tank. It's a very forgiving, very defensive tank. Lots of armor on it. A gun that's absolute crap with, huge 120 millimeter cannon with what should be the most accurate gun in the game with only two types of ammo. Penetrations are really bad, but it is a tank that can turn into a bunker and basically hold a point. So I was trying to do some reputation and grinding with the Challenger, and it popped up to where I had the Albatross map. So I thought, well, what the hell? I'll go ahead and get into Albatross with the Challenger and give it a shot, and I'll play it a little differently than I did when I had it with the Centauro. So it popped up on the 6th at about 11:20 at night, and I did really enjoy this game, and I'll tell you what I was talking about when I say that I hope this is a baby step along the way of Obsidian and Armored Warfare moving into some longer term PvE missions with different objectives. Because again, in this battle, we're starting out here in the B0 spawn, and we're going to be moving to capture the secondary objectives and the different primary objectives on the battlefield. We have artillery with us this time, and I will give a shout out to this guy, ATT1, who really did do a good job helping me when I overextended a little later on in this battle. So we've got this M109 A6 Paladin, ATT1, good guy there, who helped me out. And then we've got Big Bad Simon, Rat 93 XX, and Aura Fort. But we are in the Challenger 1. So, as I did previously, I came across the B line of the map here, and I'm expecting those heavy tanks to be showing up where they did previously, and I thought I would go ahead, if the first one popped up here in B2, I'd be prepared for them on this side. Now, I've got a lot of everybody else coming along with me. Other than artillery, we're all making a platoon run down this line. So, the enemy that had showed up in my previous fight, sort of in this area right here, is not here this time, and instead, we've got these guys. We've got a Weasel back there, who we're going to put a good hit into, and we've got the Bagel and the BMD as well. So, a different mix of vehicles in this first sort of spotting than we had previously. And that's interesting. There's a Stingray there, the VFM, we had a Bagel Panzer, and we had the Weasel. So all light or scout vehicles as opposed to heavy tanks, which we had on the previous game. So this is one of those things that I like. I like that there's a different spawn of vehicles, different types there than there were before. Now those guys are all going to go off together, and I thought to myself, well, I've been down that way before. Instead, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to move around this way and see if I can't get myself into some trouble down here. So while they're going to capture the radio tower, which if you notice this time is the primary initial objective, as opposed to what last time was capture the headquarters building. So they've changed up what the actual objective is. And I was here, I was going to try and ram this guy. I was like the Titanic going for the iceberg. And he juked me. He totally juked me there, because I was totally going to ram him and see if I could do some damage to him. And he waits to the last second and gives me a total juke. So here I am. I've overextended myself. I've got 2 enemy vehicles at the time, and the artillery just totally hooked me up with that shot to this guy before I killed him for 48. I was very pleased. Artie is on the fucking ball. He's moved himself to a position where he can assist me with these hits. And now I've got 3 enemy tanks on me. Or 4 actually, a total of 4. And I'm starting to get hit all over the place. So I'm trying to keep hull down here and do what angling I can do, even though it's really not effective. But it doesn't matter because I'm just getting shot by everybody. And artillery is going to really help me out here. So thank you to ATT1 for this. And here come the other guys. They finally figured out that I'm where the fight is. And so they're gonna try and move down here a little bit as well. But you see, Artie just took that guy out. Now there's another tank. So I've got everybody down here with me, which is fine because I'm going to get experience for this. But nevertheless, it's a little hot right now. I've got the fucking Terminator. I hate those things. So our new objective, which was capture the radio tower, has now been taken care of. And the second objective is now destroy the command center. So it was different than the first battle I had, which was the command center first, then the radio tower with the fighter jets. So I like that. I like how they're changing it up. I'm also liking how they're changing not only the spawn points, but also the vehicles in the spawn. I like that a lot. I also like the fact that apparently they're changing where the fighter planes are located on the airfield, which is pretty cool. So I think this all bodes well for future PVE missions. And I did just talk to, or just got a message from one of the designers for this map who said that this was his first PVE map that he had to redesign to include the new atmosphere of snow and ice and all that sort of stuff, and he really enjoyed doing it. And I got to tell you, man, I was really pleased with this. It does look beautiful. I'm getting a lot of feedback from other guys. Okay, so I'll come back to that in a minute. Here is the command center, which is the second primary objective that we're supposed to take care of. And if you notice, there's actually a couple of spots on here that you have to hit all of them to destroy it. Not just one, but you've got to hit more than one to make sure you destroy the command center. And a lot of people are finding out that they lose the mission when they just come up and whack one of the highlighted spots and not all of them. Make sure that you do that. So now that we've done that, run across another tank in a spawn that wasn't there previously, and I took a pretty good hit from this guy. I'm going to try and... I've got one of the M1 Abrams helping me out with this, so I got hull down position. Now he and I can take this guy on together. And the other M1s have all run into something down there while they're trying to get rid of the aircraft. So they're trying to capture the fighter jets while we take care of this guy. And then I got hit by that expeditionary, so I got to find his little ass. He's still whacking me pretty good. There he is. So artillery just put a shot in on that guy. I got to tell you, man, artillery is really on the ball this game. He's moved up again. I'm pleased with that. He's got himself into a position where he can actually see a significant part of the battlefield from where he's located. And if you're going to play artillery on this map, that is one thing you really need to do, is make sure that you continue to move forward in the battle space as these different objectives are cleared, so you can continue to provide covering fire for your tanks. Now, hopefully they're not going to be as dumb as I was and get overextended. But while they're out here, you really do have to watch out for them. So now I've got another Leopard over here, and then a Bradley on that side, so I'm going to have to try and get myself under some cover. This is a part of the map that I hadn't gotten to previously, so it's all new, this fight for me here. Whoops, there's an expeditionary. He showed up. And again, I've got myself in a very bad spot. And I've got all kinds of damage: engine damage, track damage, fuel tank, sights. But the Bradleys, the Abrams on our team have all come back to support, because they finished getting the objective of securing the fighter jets. So now we've got a big rush of enemy tanks coming in from all different directions. And even though we've concentrated our firepower into basically one area, they are coming at us from around the different parts of the map, which is pretty cool. Again, they're not just all coming in waves from one location. They're all over the battlefield, which I really like. And again, just a really pretty map. So, again, you can see that very high quality of the gun on this Challenger, just not pinning anything. And I am, believe it or not, I am actually waiting to fight. So, I wanted to show you guys, this is another version of that map with some changes to both the enemy spawns as well as to the objectives. I really enjoyed that. I hope you guys did too. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. It is Panzer. There's a Panzer event going on, as well as a bunch of other stuff that you guys can earn extra credits. You can earn gold. You can get a Leopard. So take a look at all the things that are happening in Armored Warfare right now. We also have Happy Hour, where you're able to get additional credits, bonus credits, and reputation. So there's a lot going on. Make sure you go to the Armored Warfare website and check out all of the new contests that are going on through the month of April. This Panzer event is going on for about the next week or so that I'm aware of. And don't forget to leave your comments to this video. Tell me what you think about the Albatross map, and let's see what comes up next. Thanks very much, guys. I'll put the screenshots of the post-game stats up after this, and I'll also put, again, a copy of the map that shows sort of what's happening in the on this particular map, but I'm going to be using the Ghost Field map because I do not have an actual copy of the Albatross map. Thanks very much, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. You can also get me on Facebook at TanksFTM, as well as Twitter at TanksFTM. You'll have a great day, and I will catch you on the battlefield. Alright, so even though this was a Challenger, it's still a pretty good fight with 18,588 in reputation and a little over 408,000 credits. 13 spotted. Did some good spotting damage at 7,100, some regular damage at 5,700, and not bad overall for a Challenger. Again, most of that was because I put myself in an overextended position where I was taking a lot of fire from multiple tanks at once. Not recommending that for other vehicles besides the Challenger, which can stand the hits. But you can see overall did not do as well as the artillery or the M1A1s that were there in the battlefield together. So, for what it's worth, the Challenger can take a lot of punishment, but again, not necessarily the tank that you want to try to do tremendous amounts of damage with. Gun just won't hold up. So again, one more look at the map here. This is again the Ghost Field map, and you can see we spawn there in B0. The capture the radio station point was first in this particular mission, with the capture HQ or destroy HQ second, then the aircraft, and then the runways. So again, they're switching up the different objectives in order, and they are switching things around, which I really like. I hope you guys like that as well as switching the different types of vehicles that you find you're fighting. So I realize that at different tiers on Albatross, you have different types of vehicles that you're fighting. But in this particular instance, previously in the Centauro, I had run into some heavy tanks, and again, then in the Challenger, ran into a different type of vehicles, all in the same tier. So I do like that Armored Warfare is doing this. I want them to keep it up. I want them to switch the objectives out, switch out the kinds of vehicles, the spawn points, etc. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it informative. Do like and subscribe to my channel for more. I appreciate it. You guys take care, and I will see you on the battlefield. This is Tanks for the Mammeries, playing Armored Warfare.